That was the President of the United States giving remarks on the United States economy. We heard a lot from him. There was a report from Politico this week that Democrats wanted him to stop using the term Bidenomics because it was falling flat with voters. Well, he doubled down on that term. He also took questions, about 3 or 4 there. We learned that there's no meeting with President Xi of China currently scheduled. Of course, relations with China are icy at the moment. We learned a lot else. For instance, he would work with Jim Jordan if he was speaker. And then he turned to what he called, quote, the wall thing. That is the wall on the southern border. And we've exposed his hypocrisy on that issue. He said he had no choice but to begin building the wall. Never mind, he waived 26 laws in order to do that. And then finally, he was asked about why voters do not approve of his economic performance. And he turned it back on reporters, saying, you are not the happiest of people, before going on to talk about a dog and a lake. We have a poll, Cheryl. We'll pull it up because that reporter was exactly right. And that was a great question. Here's the approval of President Biden on the economy, 35%, taxes, 35%, inflation, 29%. That's our own Fox News poll.
Yeah. And I want to poke I was fact-checking him as he was speaking about the jobs report. And he again, he misrepresented this data. He says that he has created more than 13 million jobs. Over 9 million of those jobs were actually jobs that came back from the pandemic. They were erased and then they were brought back. That is fact, according to the Labor Department. He also talked about government jobs and great jobs being created. Most of the jobs were leisure and hospitality. Those are low-paying jobs, as we're all facing high inflation right now at the grocery store and at the gas pump. Wages actually went down in this report. So yes, you got an extra shift. You got a job at the restaurant. Great, but what you're going to be paying at the grocery store to feed yourself is going to be down. That was one issue. Government jobs, again, those are not great-paying jobs. And we were going through the report this morning on Fox Business, and again, this is why the American people are saying that they are not happy with the economy and they're giving him no marks, because no one is stupid. You know what your grocery bill is, you know what your gas bill is, and now a lot of these people that are taking new jobs, guys, and I'll leave it here, but they're taking second and third jobs. So that's another reason why the way that the president is representing the numbers and the data is disingenuous.
It is, and the polls reflect that. Just to put up another one, only 22% rate the economy as excellent or good. Tammy, I chuckled a little bit because he was very fervent about wanting millionaires and billionaires to pay their fair share of taxes, to which you had a pretty interesting retort.
Yeah, I immediately thought, this is the dad of the guy who's got a massive tax problem, right? So there's Hunter, and there's federal investigations and millions of dollars involved. They're an extremely rich family, and the son didn't pay his taxes. We don't know how far the investigation will go to this president as well, but the American people also understandably recoil a bit when they do have to work 2 jobs to have chicken on the table or to buy some eggs. And then this rich guy is pointing a finger at and make people pay more taxes. Why? So we can send more money to Ukraine. You know, we need some stability here and an understanding that things are happening here socioeconomically, whereas the nation is deteriorating. This is why we're looking funny at money going to Ukraine. This is why we look funny at a guy who snaps at a reporter saying, you guys aren't happy people. Well, because they propped him up. And now he's embarrassing all of them. But I would say also that with the jobs report, most were, according to Heritage, most are part-time jobs. We lost full-time jobs. We've seen this before, where it is a nation of part-timers, where you have the 50-year-old delivering a pizza to your door so he can feed his family. That's not this country. That's why Americans don't like when they get, this dancing around about an economic issue, which is completely misrepresented.
Real quick, I have to laugh about the manufacturing points that he kept making, because I was looking at the data. The expectation was 5,000, 17,000 manufacturing jobs. He sat there for a good 4 minutes bragging about the manufacturing sector. I was like, well, that's not what the number was this morning. Okay.
People do not like this economy. And Tommy, it's all well and good to fact check the president. He should be fact checked. And the media asked some pretty good questions right there. But a word of caution for Republicans. A poll came out last night. They have the greatest advantage on the economy since 1991. But when you don't unify, when you don't put forward a positive vision, when you don't make this a referendum on Biden and allow him to define you as an extreme MAGA Republican, as he did with great effect in the midterms, you can squander what is a very huge lead on the issue that matters to voters.
Republicans are also very good at doing that, squandering big opportunities. That's why the red wave turned into a red wedding in 2022. So we have a big opportunity here, but I'll tell you this. We sit here and we talk about the next speaker, and it's an important thing, right? And there are a lot of people that are concerned about it. But the average Americans that Tammy is talking about that are trying to put eggs on the table, they probably don't care so much who the speaker is. They might not even know who it was, and they might not care who the next one is. It's important for our country. I'm not trying to degrade that position, but they're worried about their families. They're worried about their mortgage. They're worried about interest rates. So Republicans going back and forth talking about who the speaker is going to be, and maybe it'll be Donald Trump and Matt Gaetz with the grandstanding. You're losing the American people who are looking to Republicans like, can you guys please do something? I don't want to vote for you, but I will if you can change this economic outlook. And what are we doing? We're playing sandbox politics? A missed opportunity.
Yep. More Outnumbered in just a moment.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.